So here we are.
Hello, hello. As usual, I'm not going to do anything until somebody tells me I'm handsome. Can people hear us? Yes, no, yes, no. I don't see anything on comments. Do you, Umberto?
Not yet, not yet. I don't see any Carter is handsome, guys. Until we don't see Carter is handsome, we're not gonna start. You know
Yeah,
how
we
that
don't
works.
start. You guys should know this by now. Come on, guys.
Oh, we have a lot of
Um,
new peoples, so maybe they.
oh yeah.
Hey, handsome. Okay, we got a first handsome. Pops out.
Enough. All right. In that case, I can't see most of the comments, but let's just go. Hello. Welcome back to another episode of our Founders Talks. This is the 16th session that we've done so far. That's a lot of sessions every time I say it now. But yeah, this might be, after 16 sessions, this might be the most special episode yet. Forget breeding and quests, forget all of the stuff that Umberto is probably going to spoil in a couple of minutes. Today's episode is a really, really special episode because today is the day that our founder, our CEO, the father of Kryptomon, it's his birthday today, guys. So send some congratulations. How do you feel?
Well, with Kryptomon on Tuesday, they will move from baby to junior, and I've done just did it also. Also today, I'm moving from being a 20 to a 30. Okay, so because of I'm turning 30 today, and I'm moving from being a baby to a junior, like a Kryptomon. So it kind of seems like a perfect match, I would say.
Baby to junior, I don't think that works out in human years. Maybe like junior to a slightly more mature version of Umberto,
No. Baby. Now I'm getting junior. Come on. I know that you're still on your 20, but don't just give me like an old guy already, man.
I mean, how about I call you uncle for the next year? And unfortunately, when I turn 30 next year, I'll be an uncle too.
Uncle Carter.
Look at all of that. Happy birthdays. Everybody's spoiler king. All right. I mean, they're clearly just hinting to you that, it's great that it's your birthday, but we want spoilers.
Fair enough. That's fair enough. Who cares about your birthday? We are here for the spoilers, man.
Birthday. But yeah, I mean, today we've got quite a bit of stuff packed in for today. We're gonna have to keep it quite tight because we don't want it to run over like what we did last week or the last time we did one of these founders talks, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember when it was now.
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago? All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got plenty of spoilers. I'm sure Umberto is raring and ready to go with the first one. So shall we just jump right in, I guess?
Yeah. So guys, the idea is indeed, I think that we are 2 days from the show time. In 2 days, I think it's going to be one of the biggest updates that we have done so far, because there's going to be a lot of things that will go live on the 15th of February. As you remember, we're going to go live with first of all, let's start with the easiest one. We're going to go live with the version number 2 of our smart contract, of the NFT smart contract, which it doesn't seem something really special, let's say, for you guys, but it actually is going to be awesome because the new version of the smart contract will allows us to really expand completely the Kryptomon metaverse and the Kryptomon world, because as you know, the smart contract is a very limited set of line and the size that you can write it down, and Chris and the team wrote it down completely a new smart contract with a super high level structure, very complex structure, but in that case then we will be able to integrate even more items and features inside of the NFT. So first of all, I'm gonna say kudos to Chris, and to tease this, remember that on the 15th, then you will be also asked to migrate your Kryptomon from the version 1.0 of the smart contract to the version 2.0. It's gonna work like with the staking, but that's it. Then we're gonna have, I don't know if it's the most anticipated, the most waited is the quest and PV in the play to earn, or the breeding. I don't know. What do you think, Carter? Which one of the two is the most weighted between the two?
I mean, if I had to pick, you guys know I'm a lore guy. You guys know I'm all about the storyline. So I'm excited about the quest. I'm excited to meet the characters, the diverse different characters that we have prepped for you guys, but I know most people are really, really excited about breeding. I mean, I've been reading the chat. People are already thinking about trying to find partners and stuff. So yeah, I think it's breeding.
So let's talk about the breeding then. I mean, we already talked about how everything works, and don't worry, then we're going to have a detailed character things. But I think what we said, okay, what we're going to show off, today, because there's no need for us to go over and over how breeding works. I mean, I think that this has been really well explained by Carter in the Medium, in the previous AMA, and if you have any other question, of course, you can reach out on the community. But ideally, the main things that we said, okay, is one thing that breeding will bring, yeah, this sounds good, is actually, as I'm getting older, also the Kryptomonies are getting older. And one thing since we started talking about is everyone went quite crazy about the idea of how those junior Kryptomon looks like. So guys, we finally completed, we rendered all the Kryptomons, everything is set. So as we said on the 15th, EU will be capable to age, and moving from baby to junior. And so for you today, we kind of prepared a little bit of spoilers showing you some juniors. These are actual juniors from actual trainers, of course. I'm not gonna tell you who is what, but at least you can see how the junior are. And trust me, in my opinion, the junior are super nice, are really, really cool. And now that I saw the junior, I'm looking forward to see the adult in 1 year from now, because I really want to see how they looks like. So, but let's move there. So let's start with the juniors. So guys, I can't see them anymore on the screen. Carter, can you? Is it the juniors are visible? Can you?
Yeah, I can see him. I can see him. Ooh, looking sick. Look at that horn.
This is mine, actually. This is mine.
Oh, of course it is. Of course it is.
Look how cool. It's not strong at all. I mean, this is the Kryptomon number 0. So the token number 0 is it's super beautiful, but it's not strong. I think it's kind of a Gaia level, It's kind of there.
Gaia level.
Gaia level.
Bernard says, "Show Gaia." I want to see Gaia too.
Let's go through. I kind of randomly picked some of them to see that we have another ghost, which is also very, very cool. We have an Electro here. I think Towa will be happy because also we have a fish head ready for him. Yeah, we have another one. You can see this one is, I think this is a Ghost Fire or something like that, which is also super nice. You see how...
This is a nice one.
But trust me, while rendering, I saw some Kryptomons Juniors. Man, they are so beautiful that I was actually thinking to buy them just because they were so cool,
But that would be unfair because you already know which one to go for. You got to wait until everybody sees all of them and then let them buy first.
Exactly. I'm not cheating.
So guys, hey, if your Kryptomons look sick, it's time to bump up their prices because now even cool-looking ones have a market.
Then we have, this is an hair one, also, which is super nice. Look at these fish heads. Look how cool it is. Those are getting, the thing is, indeed, they're getting more like this battling, since we're also getting closer to the PvE later on the upcoming months, they'll start getting this kind of battling look and feel and style, which is super nice. I love this one also, the grass one. Look at how, how the leaves are grown up on, on the shoulders and the things. And then look at also this one. This is super nice too. This is quite an aggressive one. Still, the Ghost is my favorite, I would say. Ghost
gang is out there. I still remember that there's this group out there that's just like Ghost for the win. We don't care about anybody else. John Michael from YouTube already talking about how his air ghost type is ready for breeding.
Sorry?
No, there's just I'm just going through the comments and people are already excited about the breeding or what the juniors look like.
No, that's the thing is indeed. Currently, so how it's gonna work, guys, is on the 15th of February, you will have first of all to migrate your Kryptomon from contract number version 1 to contract version 2, and then like it works for the hatching, so like it were from going from an egg to a baby stage, it's gonna work the same. You're gonna have an age button. You need to pay 100k, and then your Kryptomon will become junior, and it will stay as a junior for 1 year, because then after 1 year it will become an adult, and after another year it will become an old guy. But that's far away in the process. But yeah, and once they become junior, they can finally breed, and then they also will be capable to battle. So I'm really looking forward to see all the all the Kryptomons moving from baby to junior, and see, and now starting to see, you're gonna have some babies, you're gonna have some juniors, all of them in the game. That is gonna be super cool.
NFT video games from YouTube has asked the question: do we need to reach a certain level on our Kryptomon to become a junior, or is it completely sort of time based?
No, exactly. It's completely time based. I mean, I'm always thinking that. I mean, I turns out 30, even though I didn't train myself in the gym or whatsoever. Even if I'm a couch potato, I'm aging, and the same that works for the Kryptomon. So, a baby, to become a junior, you will need to be at least a month older. So when you hatch it, the counter will start, and then it will go. And once you exceed a month since the time of hatch, then you will be capable to evolve into into a junior. So no need to training. Actually, even if it's your couch potato like me, you will still aging your Kryptomon.
Let's see. Ben 10 Cakes and Razor Bernard from Twitch. I see you guys chatting. Razor Bernard, I wouldn't be surprised if it did. The champion might come from the Philippines. Who knows? I can definitely tell you it's not going to be Gaia. That's all I know. But there is a question here. Mori XX3. How much is the fee to breed? I want to make sure that we get through all of the stuff that Umberto wants to get through today. So there is a Medium article that I've written up that has all the fees in there. Go double check that. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to be dropping more information, more detailed information about breeding in the Kryptomon Academy. So if anybody else in the questions is thinking of the same thing, make sure you keep your eyes peeled on the Kryptomon Academy space. Ben 10 Cakes says, all right, last question, I guess, before we move on. By the way, guys, how about adding NFT characters into the game? Do you think it's a good idea, or do you have any plan doing it? This touches on something else that we were gonna talk about, actually. So
a little bit later on.
Much later on. So how about we wait for slightly later, Ben 10 Cakes, and I'll probably cover it in a quick sec. But yeah. That's the junior reveal for you guys. Hopefully you guys are excited, or as excited about as us about seeing all of your Kryptomons evolve in the future. Another 2 more days and everybody will be able to start breeding. So woo. And Umberto, I'm just checking through notes. We've got so much to spoil now that I have to have notes. I can't just memorize everything anymore. So do you want to touch on probably your most exciting spoiler for today?
Well, which one? Because I have something in mind.
It starts with L. And
you want to jump there already? Do we want to show a little bit of the quest? How does it look like?
Yeah, okay, yeah. Let's get the reviews out of the way. Sorry, I completely forgot. Let's take a look at. So, guys, we've shown you what the juniors look like. Obviously, the quests are also going to be a very big part of the next update. So, Umberto has put together sort of like a quick demonstration of what the UI or what the quests will look like once this goes live on the 15th. So take it away.
By the way, Carter, we need to talk about this, your need of spoiling stuff. I mean, I think that after talking with me and after having this 16 AMA, now you just don't care about the content that we want to share. You just went straight to the spoiler.
I want my part because I finally get to spoil stuff,
Yeah, I know.
Zuzudani on Twitch is really excited about the quest reveal as well.
No, man, you do this just because you want to, earn and collect some love from the community, some candies and that kind of stuff. But sorry, that's all for me.
People to send candies over, unfortunately.
That's all for me, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can keep trying spoiling stuff, but you don't do it as I do. So
I mean, that's why you're.
There's only exactly one spoiler key.
Unfortunately, it's okay. Suzuyani still says he loves me, so that's something.
Okay, guys. So indeed, we said that on the 15th we will move from a baby to junior, and then we're gonna release the breeding. But also a very we're going to release, as you know, the play to earn, the first play to earn mechanics of the Kryptomon game, which is the Tamagotchi quest. So as you know, and of course, the more we're gonna talk also through this AMA, the more you understand this. But as you know, guys, the Kryptomon is designed, and we want to design in a way that it's not just one mechanics that allows players to earn Kemon coin and to earn money. The entire, our objective at the end of the day is to really build a universe, with its own economy and society. And thinking about in our real life, you don't make money only in one way. There is plenty of different ways for you to make money, And this is exactly also what we want to bring into the Kryptomon game. But we need to start somewhere, of course. And indeed, we're gonna start with the Tamagotchi quest. So what are the Tamagotchi quests? Before I'm gonna show you the UI, how does it look like? Parenthesis, this is still the staging version. There's gonna be already some minor fixes and changes that what you see here is not finalized at all, especially from a UI perspective. So what you're gonna receive and you're gonna see on the 15th, it will be even better. But at least it gives you an idea of how does it gonna look like and work. But having said that, the play to earn mechanics and the Tamagotchi quests are the first way for us to give you and to make a little bit of spice, so to say, on the Tamagotchi until the PVE, the P2P, the PvP will go out. So let me shift to that screen. Yes, and now we can see, as you can see here. First of all, don't worry, this is not my Kryptomon. This is a staging fake Kryptomon, so I don't care if it's starving, because of course this is not a real one. But having said that, you will see that actually there is a main add-on here, which is indeed this button on the top right corner, that indeed is the quest button. So when clicking on the quest button, you will receive a specific quest. So remember how this is going to work. Every week, you as a player, you will receive a quest chain made by 10 quests. Okay? And every quest that you complete, it will give you something. Either are in-game items. For example, if I do complete this quest, I will get 4 training tickets for free. And if I do complete quest 5 and quest 10, I will be participate in the weekly prize pool that we do set up. If you remember, indeed, the way it's going to work is that every week we will create a prize pool. Let's say this week prize pool is $10,000. I don't know. And then all of the people that completed quest 5 and quest 5 plus quest 10 will then participate will be shared amongst them the prize pool. Of course, if you completed 5 and 10, you will get more than those that just completed quest 5. Once you completed the quest, so the quests are indeed things like, for example, in this case, use 3 fish. So meaning that I need to feed to this Kryptomon at least 3 fish. If I feed him 3 fish, then I will earn 4 tickets. When the quest chain is fully completed, then my game for the week is over, and I need to wait next week for getting a new quest chain. Or if I'm not capable to complete the quest chain by the time the week is over, then, well, I'll stop where I stop, and the week after I will get a new one. So this is the first, this is going to be the first release of it. Of course, we already have in pipeline new updates for the quest chains. So we're going to make other updates in the upcoming weeks. But this is going to be the first release, and it's going to allows you, first of all, to start playing and having a little bit of challenges together with the Tamagotchi, because otherwise it was really just barely feeding them and train them. Now let's put in a little spice. But Otter, tell something special, because as you see, every quest is made by a title, an objective, and some content. What about the content? Because of course you just said, and also this is probably the first way in which we are connecting the lore, what we wrote down in the lore, together with the game.
So there's a lot of thought that has been going on behind the scenes of trying to connect the lore with the game. So far, you guys have seen Eva, doing her own thing. You guys have seen Koa in all of Koa's logs. And hopefully, you guys are reading all of that. If you aren't, please go read it, because we spend a lot of time on it. But yeah, so this is one of the first few ways in which you will start getting to know the characters that will appear in the game. Obviously, like Umberto has mentioned, this is just the first stage of quests. Eventually, there will be more. We'll touch on PvE and all the rest slightly later on. But yeah, hopefully you guys are going to be interested in meeting the characters, seeing how each of them sort of behave. They have very distinct personalities. Yeah, there's a lot of work that has been going on in the background to make sure that all of these quests are personalized and written in a way that it resembles the character that is offering the quest. So hopefully you guys like it, and shout out to the lore team who have been working tirelessly in the background to make all of this possible.
So now that we have talked about the breeding and the quest, guys, we're really looking forward about this. And there is also one last big things that happens of the 15 is that the game, it will be publicly opened. So on the 15th of Feb, to all of those people asking for an invite, searching and seeking for an invite to play and to start, taking care of your Kryptomon. Good news, on the 15th, the soft launch is gonna end. So on the 15th of Feb, if you have a Kryptomon, you can play. You don't need any invite anymore. Hopefully, we did, because it was very useful for us, keeping it limited at the very beginning, because of course, you saw how many issues we had about, the server, that we couldn't keep up with all the requests and that kind of things. So luckily, we were doing this soft launch allows us to fix all those issues and understand better what is the load on the back end and that kind of stuff. And now that everything is fixed, we are happy to announce that on the 15th of Feb, you just need a Kryptomon, and then you can start playing. You don't need some sort of invite anymore. So no need, guys, anymore for looking for an invite. Or if you want an invite, you can look at it, but you can just either wait for Tuesday and you will be happy with it. So then, I think this is kind of the most part that the community moment of this that people love it is about, okay, what's next?
Well, 1 second before we move on, and I know we have time constraints, but just to answer a couple of questions that have been popping up on chat.
Yep.
Kryptomon and Espanol on YouTube, I think Ngots 1111 on Twitch, and a few others like Meatboxer, etc. So the answer is you guys can use multiple Kryptomon in quests, but so the quest chain is 10 quests long. Within each quest, you only use one Kryptomon. So if it says feed 3 fishes, you have to feed 3 fishes to the same Kryptomon. But if quest 1 is to feed 3 fishes to one Kryptomon, and the second one is to play with another Kryptomon, you can use different Kryptomon between quests 1 and quest 2. So that's the answer for that. So the number of Kryptomon you have technically doesn't matter, because you could do all 10 quests with the same Kryptomon. But at the same time, if you have multiple Kryptomons, it might be easier for you to complete the quests. So take that how you will. That's it. I think those were the questions. Can't English this early in the morning. Meatbox, your question about how the total value of
the prize pool
will be calculated each week. That has been written on the Medium as well. So just go double check there. I think I put it all the way down in the quest section. So I'll just go all the way down.
Yeah, and also, yeah, exactly. The thing is, guys, as we said, at the end of the day, we wanna in the future make this all automatic, so to say. But the problem is that currently we have no idea of, how it's gonna work. We don't know how if the quests are easy or not, and so on. And at the end of the day, we need to create something which is a sustainable economy. So the way we have decided is indeed to create this manually, this weekly prize pool. And the way it's going to be created is indeed we do look at how much money how much Kmon coins are inside of the economy. So from the marketplace fee, from the loot boxes fee, from the hatching and evolving fee, how much money did we and Kmon coin did we collected the week before? Okay, this is the amount. Okay, how much we can the market also can support. That's okay. We're gonna create the price pool about that. Then is it too high? Okay, we can reduce it. Is that too low? Then we can increase it. So at the end of the day, you know us already, I think, and you know that we do work most of the time when we do release something like this. We do this manually because we do we let's say that we test stuff. We don't know what is going to happen, so we do in this way because in this way we can test and see until we do find the right balance. Once we found the right balance, then we will automate the entire process, and the set of rules there will be fixed. But since we haven't released anything like this so far, we have no historical data that allows us to really, say, okay, it's going to work like that, and this is going to be the amount. So in that case, this is the reason why we do this on a weekly and manually basis, probably for the first couple of months, and then we will be capable to, automate everything and making, okay, this is going to be the formula, this is going to be the ratios, and so on. But as of today, we tried and it was impossible to say, okay, let's say that 80% or 20% of that amount will go into the quest. We have no idea because we didn't have idea of how much the economy will work.
We're learning as we go along.
Exactly. We're learning as together with you guys about this. One thing's also, so one question that I just want to answer about the treasure hunt, because of course the people were expecting the treasure hunt to happen on the 16th of February. But as you know, we have decided to postpone it because, well, there was kind of a lot of stuff happening on the 15th of February. So for us, it was kind of maybe adding on top of that also the treasure hunt is not going to be ideal, especially for our community mods and for our old team that are on the front line, because we do expect already a lot of question about the breeding, a lot of question about the quest, and also if something doesn't work with the quest and the breeding, because shit happens, then we wanted to be very focused on those and make sure that everything works because before moving to something else. So we actually postponed the treasure hunt, and if I'm not wrong, stay tuned, but it's going to be just postponed by a week, so it's not such a big deal. Stay tuned on the social, stay tuned on the communities. We will mention exactly the date and how everything is going to work. The treasure hunt of February, it will still going on. It's just postponed by a week because on the 15th we had already too much meat on the grill. So let's say, okay, just moving on.
Plenty of stuff is going to be happening, and like Umberto mentioned, it's not cancelled. Treasure hunt's definitely still going on. It's just postponed slightly. But in the interest of time, Umberto, we've got 15 minutes left and still plenty to talk about. Are you ready to spoil probably what? Well, I was really excited when we first discussed the concept and we started talking about it. So yeah, do you want to start jumping straight into it and tell them what you've been working on?
Lens.
There we go.
I mean, you said jump straight into it, so I didn't thought about, I could, say, yeah, so
we were up a little bit, no, bring up some
lens.
But nah, it's okay.
So, guys, indeed, what is going to happen is that currently the game design team is at the real end of the PvE design, and Carter is going to spoil a little bit. I'll leave you spoil a little bit about the PvE later.
My turn.
But in the meantime, so just to give you kind of an idea of how do we work internally, especially on the design time part. So we have, I would say, three main stages of the design and development. The first stage is the very high level concept design. So where we are right now, for example, with the lens, and I'm going to talk about it later on. Once we completed the high level design, then the game design team focus on going into the detail of specific mechanics, and in this moment is the PvE. Okay, so the game design is completing the PvE mathematics, the formula, the spells. We change a lot of stuff, you guys. You're gonna love it. And then once this is done, we go to the development phase. So currently in the detail stage, we have the PvE, and then afterwards we have the lens. So we are planning to be capable to complete the lens design by the end of February, and then sharing more information with you. But I just want to spoil a little bit of how it's going to work. So as you know, we want to really create the Kryptomon universe or metaverse, or call it as you wish at the end of the day. And indeed, lens are going to be part of it. So every player will be capable to buy a lens. A lens is an NFT. We are designing the overworld map, which is going to be very nice, because this is also going to, part that sooner or later, hopefully will be in a 3D environment, a mobile game. So the lens is going to be the first pillar of this. But how it's going to work is that if you buy a lens, okay, what can you do with the land? Well, technically speaking, the land is just a piece of land. On top of it, then players will be capable to build buildings. And every building, it will give you has a specific use case. For example, the one that we have designed so far are the player house. So you can have your own house. You will be able to have your own house. There you can, of course, put stuff in it. You can decor it. But having the house will allow the player to buy and to install NFT machinery that allows you to create items. So imagine that instead of buying loot boxes every single day, if you want to craft a specific item, then if you have your player house and you have the machinery, the NFT machinery that allows you can craft your own food, for example, or you can craft your own meds, that kind of stuff. Then another building that we're gonna planning to have is, we call it the Forge, and the Forge is actually a forge that allows the owner of it to combine consumable items with pink serum, or we call it still the crypto energy, to create NFT armors and amulets. Then the players can actually resell it afterwards to the community and to other players. Then we're gonna have the academy that allows the owner to receive Kryptomon from other people in order to give them a small boost on the smartness, for example, or in instinct. It kind of, Carter owns an academy. I can send my Kryptomon to his academy. I will pay Carter for being in academy, for my Kryptomon to be in the academy, but Carter can offer my Kryptomon a course that it will make him smarter for, a week. And so this is going to be very useful when I have a very important week of training and I want to improve it before I'll send my Kryptomon to Carter's place. And then we have a crypto habitat, which is kind of a specific land that allows you, imagine that it's a land of fire, that if I trade my Kryptomon there, the trading it will be more efficient. And again, the owner of the crypto habitat can ask for money for other players to host them in the crypto habitat. But that is just very high level. What is going to happen now is that we're going to deep dive more into the economy of those. And I'm really super excited. We showed this already with some of our stakeholders, some investors, and some advisors that we have. Everyone is super excited. And at the end of the day, this goes still in the connection of, as I said at the beginning, Quest or PvE, it will not be the only way for you to generate and making money and to make a living or to enjoy the Kryptomon game and make money. We have plenty of ideas. We really want to create an economy. We really want to create a society. We really want to create a demand and supply kind of things, also between NFTs, items, between different players, and so on. So yeah, the lens are coming. Hopefully by the end of February we will complete, let's say, the design, and soon, I think in somewhere in March, we want to release a lot of information about how they're going to work and everything. So stay tuned about this, because now that we completed with the quest, the next big things aside from the PvE, the game design team, as soon as the PvE is completed, we will start complete design of the lands.
I'm sure everybody, after listening to all of this, is already starting to process like how everything is going to be linked. Like if I buy a piece of land, what can I build on it? Is it going to be a fire-based crypto habitat, etc., etc.? Like Umberto said, the idea really is to create sort of a community that is self-reliant. You buy a land and it doesn't just do nothing. You build something on top of it, you spend money or you spend time in order to improve it, and that has to give a return. But Umberto, I'm sure, has lots and lots of talks in order to make all of this happen, and I guess we get to write all of it up eventually when it's done. That's lands in a nutshell. I'm sure Umberto, he is holding himself back and trying not to spoil too much, but going through all of the comments while you were explaining the lands, it just sounds like everybody's really, really excited about the idea. And I think the most prevalent comment was, let's have a separate sort of whitelist, or let's not sell it such that bots will pick it all up all straight away.
No, probably the way, guys, we're gonna do this with the lands is indeed. If you do remember, for those that were with us at the very beginning, how we did it with the X, remember? So we had a whitelisted, we have a competition, people on the top who have, of course, the land sale will not go through, let's say, bots. It will be done and hosted completely by us, and making sure that our community members and our players will be the one that buy it, and not and not any bots that then can making a margin on top of it.
That was pretty much most of the questions that I saw regarding lands anyways. I mean, the concept is still quite high level at the moment, so I'm sure once we drop more information, people are going to start coming in with more questions. But one thing that I do want to sort of give out to the community and sort of get your ideas on the matter. Obviously, I mentioned a few times, we're working on the lore, we're working on the naming, everything behind all of these, the Kryptomon metaverse. We have some ideas, but what do you guys think the best name would be for the Kryptomon universe? We're juggling between a few, but I'm excited to see what the community thinks. Like, post on Telegram, post anywhere, tag us on social media. That's absolutely fine. Let us know what you think the Kryptomon metaverse should be called.
Carter Metaverse.
Carterverse.
Carterverse.
I think it should be that. I think
that's fair.
I think there should be a plot of land when trainers log in for the first time, where the town is just called Handsome Carter Town. I think that's a perfect one. I think that should be a thing. Let me know what I have to do to make that happen, Umberto. I think that should be put into the design documents.
That's nice.
Cool. Right. With 5 minutes left, I am very, very excited to spoil my bit for the day. I've just been, as you guys can tell, I've been raring to go and sort of trying to get to this point. Umberto has mentioned it a few times. Obviously, quests are not the only way for you to play and earn. PvE is coming, and a lot of work has been, done in the background to figure out how that's going to happen. I won't spoil too much, because obviously a lot of this is still, in discussion. But a quick sort of preview into how this might or might not happen is that there will be a certain number of story challenges, shall we say, when PvE is released. Each story challenge will be made up of a certain number of stages, and by completing each one, you will slowly progress through the storyline, and we've got like a mini storyline almost ready for you guys. We're sort of trying to tie in bits and pieces of the lore so that we introduce you guys to the world, really. What else should I say? Should I just cut it off there, Umberto? Do you think that's enough for them?
Yeah, I think it's enough. So as you said, indeed, the PvE also will not just be like fighting against an NPC, but also you will find out more about the Kryptomon universe and the story of the lore, the characters. So it's really entitled and connected together with the lore. So this is also a very nice things that we're looking forward to do. And as a last thanks, and then we can say bye bye. That actually we started working on. I will start working on together with the lore team in the upcoming weeks. As you know, we have the Kryptomon comic, which goes out every month as with a new chapter. And we were actually thinking, guys, what do you think if we print some? You know, so we were actually wondering. We were thinking that we might want to create, the cover and selling NFTs connected with the comic, and to those that actually got the NFT, they will receive the few only printed copies of the Kryptomon comics, plus maybe some extra other utilities. I don't know. This is just an idea that it's flying around the lore team. Let us know what you guys thinks. If you would like to have, the printed version of the Kryptomon comic or not. This is something also that we're working on. Plus, together, you will see the more we move forward within the game, you will see the more lore inside of it. So the lore will be really there. The more we do progress with the game, we will.
It just makes it a little bit more exciting than just
Exactly.
clicking a button and fighting a random Kryptomon. So yeah, hopefully you guys are going to enjoy the storyline that we've designed for you guys.
Good. So guys, I think that's it. I mean, we said everything that we had on the agenda, right?
That was pretty much it, yes. And we've kept quite well to the timeline. It's been exactly 43 minutes.
Because guys, here is the lunch times, and I had to go out for lunch, of course, celebrating my birthday. So I really gotta go. But first of all, thank you very much for being with us today. Really looking forward on the 15. I'm really looking forward to see all of the Kryptomon become junior. I want to see how the breeding will go, and everything is gonna move forward. On top of that, guys, there's so many other things that we're working on that that cannot be yet shared. But what the only things that I could say is that don't worry, and some say, is that we are on top of 100% on top of everything. So from marketing, for partnerships. I mean, I saw a question, rather than influencer, do you have partnerships? Yes. We are working with several possible partners, but the partners that we are working with and we are talking with are not any crypto project, like, simply crypto project, but we are mainly now having open table with brands, but mainstream big brands and companies. And of course, I can't say who and why and what, because it's not that they're yet signed. But it's not, of course, as easy as it is to partnering with any other crypto game. At the end of the day, as I said, now Kryptomon 2022, if you remember in the first AMA that we did in January, we said 2022 is going to be the year that we as a Kryptomon, we will stand out from the masses. We will work to, earn our space as a reliable and serious company and game. And to do so, we need to stop partnering with any possible crypto project just for the sake of doing it. We are aiming for the big guys in the mainstream world, from the food industry, from the fashion industry, for the tech industry. But those are tables that it takes just a month from a meeting to another, because those companies are so big that sometimes it's more complicated. But yeah, we are on top of everything, and we will do everything that we can to make Kryptomon. At the end of the day, our objective, which is creating the Kryptomon world and making it real, is completely connected, guys, with your also objective, either as a player or either as a Cayman investors. So just bear with us, follow us, share your ideas, share your feedback, share also your criticism in case you have any, and together we're gonna make it. That's the things. I mean, look where we are just after 9 months we started, and look where we are right now. So we did already together, guys, a very huge amount of stuff, and we're gonna do even more throughout this year. Having said that, lots of love from my
Please
end.
go for your lunch. Otherwise, we might not have an Umberto anymore.
Yeah.
So
My wife
see you
will kill
guys.
me, so.
See you guys soon.
Ciao, guys.